Now in high definition. 3 on your side. This is Midday Mississippi.
Happy Tuesday and welcome to Midday Mississippi. I'm Brandon Artilles. Today on Midday, parents of premature babies can tune in for helpful and inspiring information from the founder of the Zoe Rose Memorial Foundation. Also, Keira Sorrells is president of the foundation, and she's going to share her personal experiences as a mother of premature triplets. Plus, the Mississippi Chorus opens their 22nd season at the end of the week. We'll have members of the chorus here to give us more details on the holiday lineup and musical selections for this season. And a Jackson doctor is giving back to the community. We'll tell you how you can make his efforts a success. That and much more coming up. But first, we're going to go back to meteorologist Paul Williams in the First Alert Weather Center for an update on our forecast. Good afternoon, Paul.
Good afternoon to you, Brandon. And right now, we're coming in the 50s at this present time. We're holding at 54 degrees with lots of cloud cover in the area now. We're expecting for it to stay mild throughout the afternoon going into the evening hours. Now, as far as what we're expecting on the road, as we get ready to crank up that car for the evening drive home, here's how it's going to crank up for us. Temperature of 64 for the high, and then we'll drop back to 60. The sun goes down pretty quickly by 5 o'clock anyway. But we're going to look forward to stay on the mild side as far as the temps are concerned. We do have a little bit of bona fide rain on the way. We'll give you the timing of that coming up in a moment. Till then, back to you.
All right. Well, thank you, Paul, and thanks for that update. Well, expecting a baby is an exciting time for parents and families, but what if your child is born prematurely? Our guest today has been through the trials and losses of spending the holidays in neonatal ICU with her triplets that were born at just 25 weeks. Keira Sorrells, president of the Zoe Rose Memorial Foundation, is here to tell us about support parents of premature babies that they can receive over the holidays and anytime. And first things first, welcome to Midday. And I guess tell us about your own personal story with Zoe Rose.
Sure, thanks for having me. We started the foundation in 2008. Our triplets were born December 20th, 5 years ago. They were 25 weeks, 5 days. They spent 4.5 months and 9.5 months in the NICU. Unfortunately, after we got Zoe home, she did get rehospitalized and passed away. So my husband and I felt very strongly about using everything that we'd been through, the surgeries, the hopelessness, the scared feelings that we all have, to help other parents that are going through the same thing that we've experienced.
And I guess, how has that process begun, and how are you kind of carrying that out right now?
Sure, we started in 2008, and we are working on developing a network of veteran NICU parents that we can then work on a parent matching program with the hospitals in the area to match a veteran NICU parent with someone who's in the NICU now. This program will continue not just while they're in the hospital, but also once they go home, which is a whole nother stage of scary issues to face.
Yeah, imagine it just seems to continue on. I mean, where they care for the premature baby. Well, how can family and friends of the folks that are affected, that have premature infants, how can they help? Because I know they want to, but sometimes they don't know how.
Exactly, and that is a common thing that we hear from friends and family, because the parents are so focused on the baby, they often they don't even know what they need. But what friends and family can do are just offer support. They can do practical things like bringing them meals, maybe taking care of siblings that are at home. And especially during the holidays, it might seem odd to celebrate when a baby is sick in the hospital, but it is a milestone to be celebrated. And so giving the parent some mementos to look back on. Maybe it's an ornament that's personalized with the baby's name, or a book that they could read, because that's something that's very important. The baby knows your voice as their parent, and they also know your scent. So another thing that we also suggest is maybe a small stuffed animal or blanket that you can wear under your clothing while you sleep, and then bring it into the hospital the next day. The nurse can put it in the isolette, and the baby can have that comfort of having mom or dad right there with them.
And did you brought some stuff here? I see.
Did, yes. These are a few items that were given to us when our children were in the NICU. Little hats. We had a stocking with their name embroidered. We actually had my mother made a little dress that actually did cover them from their head to their toes practically, and then blankets and the stuffed animals as well.
And this is, I guess it was surprising to me that you just told me before we got the interview started that this is fairly unique to have this type of, your memorial fund and also the support group. I mean, tell me how necessary this is for, an area such as Jackson.
It's very necessary. Mississippi has one of the highest rates of prematurity, 18% rate of prematurity in the United States. That's about 156 babies that are born every week before they should be. These parents have been shown to have signs of post-traumatic stress disorder, which is a very serious mental health concern. Luckily, the Mississippi Perinatal Association and a committee under that association that we're leading, which is called the Mississippi Infant Health Alliance, is really working hard to draw greater awareness to what these parents really need emotionally. We hope to do that as we continue to develop relationships with some of these wonderful hospitals, because we really do have great hospitals with wonderful neonatology staff.
Okay, on the screen right now is contact information, how you can help out the Zoe Rose Memorial Foundation. Very quickly, some good news out of this.
Yes.
Zoe Rose's siblings,
Yes.
Are they celebrating a birthday?
Absolutely. They are going to be 5 years old a week from today. Avery and Lily are doing wonderfully. They have no lasting effects from their prematurity. They're in mainstream preschool and just like any other precarious 5-year-old.
All right, well, that's some fantastic news. And thank you so much for coming on and sharing.
Thank you.
We're going to put that information on the screen one more time for the Zoe Rose Memorial Foundation. If you want to help out, call that number on your screen, 1-888-ZOE-ROSE. That's 963-7673. You can also go to zoerose.org. Again, thank you so much, Keira.
Thank you, Brandon.
All right, well, coming up, your full forecast from the First Alert Weather Center with Paul Williams. We're back after this.